Hi, welcome to Sky Sports Facebook Live with Jurgen Klopp. We're going to be taking your questions. Should be interesting what sort of questions we get, Jurgen.
I don't know.
I think one of the questions might be, when you look at the top of the table, just how tight it is right now and what you make of it.
Yeah. Is this a question already?
Yes.
Your question?
That was my question. You'll get better than that, I'm sure.
Okay, no. Yeah, so if you are second in the table, that should be nearly always in life a pretty good position, even when you have, or especially when you have a lot of games to go. So that's all okay, of course. We are still in all competitions, even when a lot of people would like that we are already a little bit further, I would say, especially the FA Cup. But we are still in all competitions, and which we were a part of from at the beginning. So all good, we feel good, but it's intense.
Intense? You could be 2 points behind the leaders, or you might be outside the top four. That's tight.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, we I don't know. We actually, I think we until now we played a pretty consistent season. So it's not. The last game was really, especially now the first leg, Southampton was maybe the worst performance. I don't know since when, or ever since maybe. But that's how it is, and sometimes in life. But the lads did really well until now, and so we are fine. We know about our situation on the positive side and on the negative side, if you want. Very difficult games coming up, but not only for us, for our opponents too. And so, all good.
You talk about the amount of games coming up. Question here from Andrew Chance. He says, "Hi Jurgen, our squad seems to be wearing thin, especially in comparison to other teams in the top five. Do you think you need to bring any more players in this month?"
That's really difficult. If you tell me, and if you tell us, really the right player is now available for us, we would do it, of course. But I think I'm 100% convinced that you should, the things you do in the winter, you should only do when you would do it in the summer too. And everything else is only solves a problem for a second, and a few days later you have another problem. We cannot get any player. This team is too strong. This squad is too strong. That we need players to make us better. And of course, sometimes in a season you have harder moments. We are not that lucky with injuries. Important players, if you want, in the wrong moment, and that didn't help. And but yeah, we have to go through. And I'm sure if we would have had more players, more from the beginning of the season, we had not that success until now, because it's all about the group, and this group is really good together. And of course, there are different ways to go, different ways how you can plan a season. We had no international football in this season, so we couldn't ignore this fact. But it will for sure, a lot of things will happen in the summer, of course, to strengthen our squad. But in this moment, if there's the right player and we can get him, we will do it. If not, it makes no sense.
That leads me nicely into a question from Tamir Khan. I mean, obviously you take a long-term view on everything. It's not a quick fix. Jurgen, you've always believed in giving young players a chance and letting them grow into good players, but your rivals in the transfer market don't. How difficult is it to balance that? Is it high time we sign a ready-made world-class player to compete with them?
I don't know. So yeah, if you have the right player and he's already world class, and then why not? That's absolutely no problem. But if he's injured, then you have another problem. So you can. Of course, I know people think like this, but it's not that simple, I would say. So one player can't make the difference in one match, yes, but in the long term, no. So because they are all human beings, we need really, and that's how I understand football. We need really to get better and better and better as a group, and we already improved a lot. So it's not only an obsession in England, but especially in England with all the transfers. So we are always looking, but we are looking for the right players, not for somebody. So that's really maybe the most important information. And until now, how is that? That all is good. But of course, if we would have had now, or would have now in this situation, 3 more players, it would make it easier. But it's not like this. And so believing in young players and giving them the opportunity to play and to perform, that's not a new idea. I think it makes absolute sense because we know about our responsibility to be successful immediately, but we can't ignore the next season and all that stuff, and the season after this and all that stuff. And we all feel on a good way. I recognize already, everybody is already afraid if it could be again not good enough for being the champion. But we never said to be this year, we need to be, or it will never happen. When I signed, especially my extension, then it was clear we will try it with all we have, but not only once. We'll do it again and do it again and do it again. And we already have to prepare these seasons too. And that's what we do with the young players. And if we can use them now, we do it. And if not, then we train until we use them.
Okay, talking of the future, Ryan Thomas wants to know, in an ideal world, do you see your long-term future at Liverpool, brackets 5 years or more, or do you have a set plan and want to move on to other leagues after winning trophies here? So it's assuming you win lots of trophies, being here at least 5 years, or do you have a set plan to manage around the world?
No, I don't have. I feel really happy. Everything is good here. It was a clear decision for Liverpool and not, I don't know, signing a contract because I have nothing else to do. It's we are in the perfect place in this moment. That's how we all feel, and that's why we did it. So no long-term plans.
Okay, a question from Ara Mikalian. Hi, Mr. Klopp. My question is, in the games we played this season, we've been really high tempo, attacking them. The last few games, we seemed a little bit slower.
Thank you. Did you see our fixtures over Christmas?
I understand that we've had a lot of games recently, which may affect the players. Do we need fresh faces to spark more competition from? It's easy when you answer the question.
Yeah.
And do you agree that attack is the best form of defence?
Oh, how many questions are these?
The bones of it was, have you dropped off a little bit?
So for sure, the games, Everton, Stoke and City, were unbelievably intense. 2 days later, Sunderland, we came through somehow, 44 hours, but if you want, of course, the intensity of this game gave us a little knock that was obvious, not the result or something, only going again. So these 4 games were really hard, and so that was one of the reasons why we changed then the lineup completely for the FA Cup. And now we have, if you want, the first really bad game since a long time at Southampton. So that's all. But of course, if you say this is hard, and we are all, especially the players, are all human beings, and you cannot say, okay, let's try it now like this or with them and this. So it's 2 things: you need rhythm to play good, and if possible, you need fresh legs to play good. So if you have quality, what we obviously have. So rhythm, obviously we have because we have enough games. Fresh legs, nobody has all the time, but that's how it is. Sometimes the game is on the wrong day, and then you have to perform good, and you have to I learned it yesterday, to dig in. Yeah, that's how it is, and yeah, it's absolutely normal. So having 40 players in a squad gives you for a lot of situations,
gives you 22 problems.
Yeah, but gives you for a lot of situations really as an easy solution. But for most of the games, big problems. So we decided for this really with all belief in this squad. We decided for the squad, and that's 100% right until now. But of course, when then Sadio Mane is not available and Phil Coutinho on the way back, but not 100%, Jordan Henderson not available, Daniel Sturridge again with a few breaks, even when they're not too serious, but injury breaks and all that stuff. That makes you not stronger, but the players are still here, and you cannot have the highest quality player for only this game and then send him away again. And we will be there again, but this moment is not. It doesn't feel like holiday, but I can say so. That's maybe the opposite.
Okay, from Richard Smith. Hi, Mr. Klopp. Just wondering if the players know the enormity of the game at the weekend and how much it means to the fans of Liverpool. Or do you think, does it just sink in when they're actually in the tunnel? That's the first part of this question.
No.
Do the players know?
Yeah, I know already. Of course, you don't have to be part of the game to know about the importance of the game, but if you're part of the game, you can believe everybody knows about it. That's the good thing in sports. You don't have to explain anybody. These guys all watched games like this more often than they were part of. So now you can be part of. So that's great.
And feel free to answer the second part of this.
What exactly? Lallana, you know.
Coutinho and Firmino up front. He's asking for your
It's
lineup.
an idea, but we have to wait until Sunday.
I've got another question for you as well.
Thank
In all your years of coaching, you've had to cope with strategies, formations, tactics. Encountered before a wet willy?
I got an explanation 10 minutes ago what it exactly is, and I really want to.
Did you know it happened?
Yeah, I heard it. No. So, and I'm really surprised that the English language has a word for this. I never saw it before, actually. Wet willy. I don't know why. Who did it first? Was it Willy? Maybe
Who knows?
some Willy.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
So, but now look, I have to say about this. Now it looks like it's a funny thing, but being on the wrong side of a wet willy in a game, that's not nice. And now you about the player of Plymouth. Now you say, oh, he's a clever guy, that he is annoying Emre Can and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, yeah, if anybody thinks it's funny, I don't think it's funny. It's disgusting. So and hopefully he tries again when we go to Plymouth. Then maybe somebody can see it. I can remember the reaction of Emre on the pitch, and he was close to get a yellow card on the pitch. So because he was the victim of the situation, and then you get a yellow card, that feels really bad as a person when you see. Okay, nobody saw it obviously, but it was disgusting. So it's not, in my opinion. Now we talk about it, and obviously somebody thinks it's funny. I don't think it's funny. It should not be part of a football game.
Okay, question here from Phil Smith. Jurgen, Liverpool haven't had a local hot prospect come through the ranks and cement a regular first team position since the likes of Gerrard and Carragher. These type of players obviously show that in his opinion, these shows more passion in the games against the likes of Everton and Manchester United, and the fans love that. Are there any of the current crop of youngsters you can see as the next local boy to make it?
First of all, this bunch of players which we have now, they showed already a lot of passion and was it character, whatever.
Yeah.
In the local games, Everton, Man United, last year in the European League, or in all derbies we played until now against Everton. So I can understand that we all love to have scousers in our team, but it should not be the first question we ask when we see a good player.
No.
Are you able to speak Scouse, or are you able to understand? Or maybe your father, grandfather, mother, grandmother born at Merseyside. So that's how it is. But maybe you know it already. We have these guys, meanwhile, in the squad. Very young, but already here. So if you can wait, you will see them.
So there are some coming. Okay. All right. Crane Nath wants to know, how long is Hendo out for? He's the most underrated midfielder in England.
Yes.
Finally, a question that you like.
Is he? I'm not sure. I don't think he is it anymore. Maybe it was. I don't know. I remember, and that maybe is a really good thing to learn about football. After the Burnley game, everybody told me we need to buy a new number 6. Because Hendo cannot play the 6, maybe we need a real, I don't know what, warrior fighter, holding 6, whatever. And 5-6 weeks later, or now 6 months later, he's the most underrated midfield player in England. So that's the.
Did you always know his quality?
Yes, before I came here already. Before I came here, and of course, then you have to wait until you work with them together. You need to know a little bit more about the character. And things like this, but especially character of our English lads is outstanding, and that's the most important thing. Again, if you can play football, what they obviously can. So, and Hendo is not, I hope so, and I'm pretty sure it's not out for long. Maybe we can see him again at the weekend, but pretty sure, if not, then a little bit later.
An interesting question here from Niall Gilligan, which...
The first interesting question that I heard.
Don't be mean.
No.
What is your opinion on the need for a left back, bearing in mind how well James Milner has done?
Yeah,
it's a difficult question. Like a lot of these, the beauty of this, these are fans' questions.
I know.
So
it's good. So that's another thing. I had not only to convince Millie, obviously, even a few people more about the quality of Millie. But the question was left fullback. So the one thing what's not very important, that the stronger leg is the left one. So that's it. But then it's important that you are really able to play football, that you are really have the attitude and the ability to defend, that you can play in different and small spaces, because very often a left fullback gets the last pass when the centre half doesn't know where to go. Left fullback, and then good luck. So you need to be able to cope with things like this. You need to, because we don't have a lot of other wingers. Always means you need to be really fit to make the long runs. So you need to be quick and fit. So a lot of things to do, but yeah, it depends on the style you want to play. We are a dominant side, so crosses are important, of course, but I don't care if they come inside with the right foot from the left side or with the left foot.
As long as they arrive.
No, that's not that important. So different things, and not only Millie, but Millie combines really a lot of this. But Alberto Moreno is doing outstanding well. I know Plymouth was the first game for a long time that he played, and you could see he's not in rhythm. So that's more my fault than his fault. And but he training, attitude especially, how he takes the situation. That's really good. And you need these players to be ready for the moment. And that's why they need then the games when we have the opportunity to give them the games. So it doesn't always look pretty well, but especially on the Plymouth game yesterday, more or less the group which played against Plymouth trained, and you could already see how good it was for them to be part of this game, this experience. It was really, you could really see another step, especially very young guys did another step. So
long term, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Again, and in the short term, being successful. We don't forget it.
You just got to do both, it's easy. Right, last question for you. Robbie LC, Mr. Klopp, how do you expect Mr. Mourinho to shape his side on Sunday? Do you expect him to park the bus and play the same counter fashion that they did at Anfield?
Jose is maybe the most competitive manager in world football, so he's really hot, really. I don't think he cares a lot about if anybody says after the game, oh, that didn't look too nice, so he was outstanding, successful. So of course I don't have an exact idea how Man United will play, but all the ideas, we watch them a lot, that's normal. And of course they improved a lot in the last 4 months. Meanwhile they are kind of a result machine again, getting result after result.
Do you think it'd be a very different animal from the one you faced at Anfield? A very different scenario, perhaps in some ways?
Look, we can be a different animal too. That's more what I wanted to speak about. It's Man United is a strong side, but we can defend outstanding good. If they park the bus, what I don't think, but if we have to go with it, if they attack more, we have to use the space which they give us. So that's it. But it's a game on highest level, especially concentration level again, and I'm really looking forward to it. I felt it when I woke up this morning. I thought, what happened to me? And I was, oh yeah, only 2 days. So it's really good, and I think everybody should look forward to it.
Yeah, well, we thank you for joining us live on Facebook. We'll let you go and continue with your preparations. Jürgen, thanks for your time. It's much appreciated.
Yeah. All good.